Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Defense of the Patients. I'm Cyphus. I'm sitting here with Roland in the comfy chair.
Yep, sitting in the comfy chair.
We're doing a podcast about gaming, Dota 2.
Yep.
That's
so we
what's
do
going on.
A gaming podcast centered mostly around Dota 2.
Yeah.
Because that's the game that we play.
Yeah.
There's no other real games that I play.
Patience sounds like ancients. You know, we got that going for us.
Yeah, I think that's been covered.
Oh,
I think
okay.
people get the...
okay. So you think I'm covering information that's already been
I think that was...
talked to death.
Yeah, that was the whole point of Defense of the Patients, was to sound like Defense of the Ancients.
You got me all screwed up here, you know, with your Hakuna Matata nonsense right before the show.
All right, so everybody knows. I can't remember who mentioned it. I think it was like a tweet message going on between like Proud and Ursi or something like that. But it's like Haluna Marana means no feeding for the rest of your lane. It's our toxic-free philosophy. And I found a great karaoke version of Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata.
You can't even say it.
And we don't have time tonight, but
Yeah, it was a little too late to do an intro. But we should do an intro soon. That thought actually crossed my mind.
Haluna Marana means
Even
no
if it is a
worries.
song. The songs were... Why were the songs always so easy?
Because I'm a musician.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm talented. Hakuna Matata. Yeah. So, I was really excited to do that, but it's not going to happen. There's so much work. Like, if you go type in Hakuna Matata into YouTube and see, like, the scene that we'd have to cover, like, there are talking points. There's, like, a warthog and a weasel. Isn't he a weasel? A little, a lemur?
No, maybe...
Like a little ground walker. He's a biped. I know that.
Yes, he is. Let's see, Timon.
Wow,
he's a meerkat.
A meerkat. Okay, and then a warthog.
Yeah,
and a lion.
See, like you talked to me about it before the show. Like I had to be informed about what Hakuna Matata was. You're talking about The Lion King, which is maybe one of Disney's most popular films of all time.
I haven't seen it since.
Show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But of course, everybody knows, Hakuna Matata, no worries. And it would have been fun to do, but people crush dreams and
I think it would be funnier if the heroes were a little more in meta.
There's a team that played in the in-houses that named themselves Hakuna Marana, not Haluna Marana, which was my addition, was the Haluna.
I hate the Haluna
Marana.
Because it doesn't mean anything.
No,
it doesn't. It's like...
just so it sounds like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, it's just forcing that.
Yeah, that's the point, dude. That's the whole point behind it.
Why not pick Luna Marana,
Luna Marana.
Well, no, I'm
means all ranged for the rest of the game. It's my E-Blade way to win the game. Haluna Marana. I feel like you have to have the
Okay.
The Haluna. So yeah, we're a geeky podcast. Somebody called me a geek recently, and I was like, "Fuck you! I ain't no geek." As I have like 3 computers, I'm holding like a Rubik's cube, and it's like there's a green screen behind me.
A Dota 2 map hanging on the wall.
And so just
Cthulhu rising out of the ocean.
Yeah, Cthulhu rising out of the ocean.
Isn't that Bender thing around here somewhere?
Yeah, Bender on the floor over there. Bender
geeky.
Burning shit. But the Futurama's cool. Everybody. And then it's like object-oriented programming in C++.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of other books.
Geek and nerd used to have different... connotations.
I kind of walked around like, I'm not a geek, Like those fucking geeks out there. That ain't me. That ain't me, babe. I ain't a geek. You know what I mean?
I think geek used to be that you were into... or at least... So geek today, I feel like, encompasses enjoying, like, pop culture in general.
It's cool to be a geek. Like, my little sister wears, like, like, shirts that are white with, like, Darth Vader faces all over it in a polka dot fashion. You know what I mean? Because that's, like, cool. Even though they have no fucking idea what goes on.
I feel like all of that went into place, like, 2.5 years after I left high school.
The like Star Wars is cool and like it's pop culture and like actually.
Well, no, I think Star Wars was always there, but I mean like the really serious, like nerdy and geeky shit. I mean the D&D stuff. I mean the.
You know who I think are geeks are like these kids I go to school with. Like I look around and it's like, yeah, like just drank like 8 protein shakes and like ran 30 laps. I'm third string on the football team. Like that is a fucking geek. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a geek. That dude's a fucking geek. That's who's a geek.
I think this is one of those Grandpa Roland things where you don't understand what words mean.
It's switching. They're the geeks. We're the cool people now. Okay.
But no, I mean it is way more popular to be a nerd or a geek now.
Yeah, and like I walk in with my Alienware backpack. You know what I mean? It's like it's to keep my laptop safe. You see, they put in some carbon fiber here. No, like. You know.
And you don't even own a piece of Alienware equipment. And never have.
No, because it's overpriced. Like I probably own parts that go into Alienware pieces.
You probably own better parts than what go into Alienware computers these days.
I mean, they probably use like. They probably use the same processor I use. Like most of the Alienware machines.
I know. Ever since we built ours. Anytime somebody tells me how much they paid for a computer, it always disgusts me.
Oh, paying $1,400 for integrated graphics at a local computer shop, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, like that's the dumbest thing ever.
Because you really can build a machine pretty cheap.
Oh, and you can. It's so modular too, which is awesome. Which like that was like watching Steve Jobs recently. Like that's exactly what they go against is like the modular versus completely self-contained type thing. You know, the Microsoft way versus the Mac way.
I think they both have. I think
they both have advantages. Like I'll tell you, I want my printer to not be modular. Okay, I want my printer to plug in and print. We got this like my parents for Christmas gave us this like. Way too nice printer, okay? Like it needs like its own space in the place, you know, and it has 8 ink cartridges and it's just massive. Printer. And like I just needed to print something, and so I was like, oh, I finally need that printer. You know what I mean? That antiquated thing to print something out, to have a physical copy of something. I'll just plug it in, put the ink cartridges in it,
Worst case,
print.
You should have to install a driver.
Yeah, and the Windows should like searching for drivers, found driver, installed driver, ready to print. Yeah. Like, can it work like that, please? But instead, this printer has a touch screen. Okay, my printer does not need a touch screen.
No, I agree. I
don't need that functionality on my printer. I don't need 8 ink cartridges. I know the printer I had before that was much cheaper had 2. It had like a color ink cartridge and a black ink cartridge, and it seemed to print. You know, black words on white paper pretty easy.
Well, maybe that's a really good printer and it'll do some really awesome
No, dude, after about 20 minutes of like, it's like English, and it's like, yeah, okay, English, and it's like Wi-Fi, and it's like, no thanks, I'll just plug you in. It's like, no, you probably want Wi-Fi, and it's like, no, I actually want you to fuck off, I'm just gonna plug you in. It's like, okay, let's get your date of birth, and it's like, can I just say no? Like, are you really going to force me? Like, the people who made that UI were like, wow, how intuitive. Our printers are going to really know their customers. They're gonna make sure that they print jobs for their customers the way their customers want them to be printed. That was so frustrating, dude. The thing is still never printed anything. It has like 3 different places I put paper of differing sizes. I don't need that. I guess if you're like a photographer or something, you might want like a nice at-home printer that has like different sizes and stuff. But what do I need a printer for? I don't need to print stuff until recently. And then
this has been Consumer Reviews with Roland.
Consumer Reviews for sure. What is it? It's a Canon Pixma. Oh, we're gonna give the exact fucking type you are, buddy. We'll make sure no one buys you. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the serial code on you. Q211274V01 is the shittiest model you can buy of the Canon Pixma series.
Pixma, is that really what it's called?
Pixma, yeah, Pixma, Pix. Quality? No, it is the age of periods, like one word sentences. Quality, period. Promised, period. Okay?
But you feel like that should be a question mark after promised, maybe?
No, I feel like it should be like confused period. Yes, period. Like that's what the fucking printer, man. Yeah. Oh god. And like every time I log into my computer, I swear to God, I've deleted that Razer Synapse bullshit for forever ago, and it still pops up.
I'm all right with that.
I hate that fucking Razer Synapse.
I don't know why.
I want to go to Razer HQ and be like, "Hey, guess what? You want to feel your synapse, you fucker? Get off my computer."
Are you? Why do you have?
Because I don't even use the fucking Razer mouse anymore. I use a Cooler Master mouse, and it's way better. I bought that Razer. I've had that Cooler Master mouse for like 5 years. And I bought 2 Razer mice in between, thinking my Cooler Master mouse was bad.
Are they mice or mouses?
I don't know. I don't. That's why I avoided calling them anything. You
mouses.
See,
I like mouses.
I think it's mice.
I think it is for animals, but with a mouse.
Yeah,
I think it's
mouses. Anyway, I've used multiple mouses. I've used multiple mice or mouses. And this Cooler Master one is it's held the APM. Which, by the way, this leads to another tangential thing.
Oh, God.
Yasp.com. Do you know about this?
Yasp.com.
You need to sign in right now and have it start parsing your games. It gives you your word cloud. It gives you your ward, where you ward most often. It gives you where you walk around the map most often. It's, hate to say it, guys, Dota Buff, if you listen, I'm sorry, you got stiff competition because they're fucking free, okay? And they provide me with everything Dota Buff Pro provides me with. I'm not a statistician, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I bet Dota Buff is better for all these stats guys that run like crazy shit on numbers and they need access. But Yasp has been the coolest breath of fresh air to find. But guess what my biggest words are? GG and WP, okay? Like, luckily, like, I was like, oh god, let's see. But I realized I don't type much. But the words most said to me was noob, was jungle, was a bunch of different things. And it was like, wow, I've been called a noob more than anything else.
Well, but it may not be in reference to you. I'll bet it's picking it. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's picking it up.
It's cool, though.
Every game you see somebody call.
I'll share my word cloud.
I can't get it to load that site. So.
It's yasp.co. Not yasp.com. Yasp.co. YASP.co. And this is thanks to Jinjikai, who showed me this. You can look at APM records. Actions per minute records. And I hold it on Storm Spirit as of 4 days ago at 228. I was doing 228 actions per minute as Storm Spirit. Which I don't know if it's a lot or a little. I know in StarCraft, I was hitting like 150. And that was like, something that mattered in StarCraft. I don't think it matters in Dota, APM. I think effective actions matter, but I don't think just actions matter. It takes a while, and it has to parse all your games. Like, it took a while for it to parse my amount of games and give me my records and give me my word cloud and give me everything. This is probably not the best time to set up your Yasp account. It probably is not the best time to set up your Yasp account. Well, you distracted me with all
your tangents.
It's really cool, though, guys. Check out Yasp. As far as consumer reviews, if we're going to continue on that, have been just super, super happy with all the free shit they provide.
For some reason, it doesn't like me logging in. I don't know.
Well, let's not...
you just carry the show for a little bit while I get my Yasp set up. I hate Dota, by the way, right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's been miserable.
I don't. I am having a great time.
March 3K is still March 3K.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think it's only fair we'll do it. State of Affairs. Heroes you're playing and your MMR. I know roughly what I'm at.
I'm at 1935 on my solo.
Oof.
Yeah, I lost 250 points this week.
And that's everybody else's fault?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. In many more cases, I feel like yes. When I say that I think I'm a better player than where I'm at, I am not. I hope that I don't present myself as one of those assholes who's like, yeah, I could recalibrate and I'd hit like 1,500 higher. I don't think I'll hit 1,500 higher. I don't even think I'd hit 100 or 1,000 higher.
You don't think you're a 3K player?
No. I don't think mechanically I am at all. I'm willing to admit.
Look at your peripherals, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Razer mouse, Razer headset. Yeah. Like, look at your peripherals.
Yeah, clearly I'm.
Yeah. I'm using straight Cooler Master products and Alpha or whatever. The A40s, those are Alpha or something like that. Yeah, that sucks. Because I'm definitely a 3K player. And I'm climbing super fast. What's your party? Even though that doesn't matter.
2300.
No, it's not. It's 2230.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 2300.
2256.
Well, that I can pull up.
Okay, pull that up. Okay, and I know I am 22 in solo. I've climbed a lot, and I don't feel like any stagnation or anything like that. I'm not only playing Spectre. Matter of fact,
2301.
2301, nice. I don't think I've ever... I don't think I've played Spectre in my last 20 games, and if I have, it was a loss. Spectre, I got those 15 consecutives on Spectre, and then it kind of like... I stopped playing like super motivated or something. I don't know what it was, but like... just can't do the Spectre. Like, it's just... It's like settling in for a long winter with Spectre, and it's, you know, lately I've been wanting like flashier, jumpier games that aren't just like farm, haunt, kill, farm, haunt, farm. Okay,
when you're not playing Spectre, how does it feel like it's going?
Absolutely great. I've been playing a number of heroes, most notably Luna Radiant Jungle. Telling you, this is a viable build. I have even had certain people you wouldn't expect talk about its viability. I don't care. I guess I'll respond to Fafnir's tweets right now. I don't care what you have to say about Luna Jungle's efficiency. I've firsthand experienced it at the 2.3 to 2.4k level, and it works because no one ever thinks that if Luna isn't on the map, then Luna doesn't exist. Literally, at 2.4k, if you're not on the map, that hero doesn't exist in the game. That if they can't see you, you don't exist. It's like literally like that simple. Like, and especially if they don't see you from like minute 0.
Yeah.
If like, and then they think, I wonder what Luna's doing. That probably farming ancients or something stupid. And I come out with, you know, Dom treads and getting close to Ags. Like even Dom treads. Helm of Dominator with an Alpha Wolf and treads. I'm doing good damage.
Yeah.
And I'm doing 3-1-1-1. So 3 in the Q, the Lucent Beam. Because your Lucent Beam is dependent on your Eclipse. However many levels you have in your Q is how effective your ult is. So you have to do that. And all I need is 1 glaive and 1 blessing level to handle the jungle. Anyway, they'll patch it. There's a little cliff on Radiant, which makes it so any ranged hero can basically jungle.
Yeah, you showed me that.
That all you have to do is buy a Quelling Blade, and you can literally jungle, and you can make sure that camp stacks, and you can get farm out of it. Now, I've tried a number of heroes on this. Like, I tried Sniper, I tried Weaver. They don't farm fast enough. Right. Even Weaver, you would think with the Germinate attack, where he does the double attack, every so often he'll attack twice, right, Weaver? Still super slow. But Luna, with the glaive and the blessing, it's insane. And, I mean, you just do a ridiculous amount of damage. And you can clear waves really quickly. You get dominated really quickly.
To start with her?
A Quelling Blade, and that's it.
Wow.
People say Iron Talon, but I don't think you need an Iron Talon. The philosophy is that you're killing... So my glaive is bouncing between targets, right? Which means if I'm attacking the big target, the small target's going to die before the big target. Thus, it's not going to be bouncing to anything, right? It's just going to be the big target left. So the philosophy with the Iron Talon is you hit the big guy with the Iron Talon, so the big guy and the small guy die around the same time.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's worth the extra 300 gold, because it's 300 more gold to get an Iron Talon, which delays my Morbid Mask, because I need that lifesteal too. Because I keep stacking the hard camp, so I farm the medium camp and I stack the hard camp over and over and over and over and over.
Because your point being, you're not really worried about them dying at the same time because you'll just stack it whenever it's time.
Yeah, I just stack it like so they're both the way that I'm approaching both of these camps is they're like right on the edge of their spawn box. So I can stack the hard camp at 58. I can pull the camp at 58 and it'll stack. So it's like I can double stack with Luna, which is crazy. I can hit one camp at 53 or 54, and then jump over and hit the other camp at 58, and double stack 2 camps, and then get once I have my Morbid Mask, which happens through like clearing 3 medium camps, which you got to figure that happens by 2 minutes. Because 30 seconds it spawns, I stack it at a minute, and then by 2 minutes I have 3 cleared medium camps. Buy my morbid mask, kite out a triple stack of hard camps, and then I just fight that hard camp over and over and over, because I'm not clearing that fast, that hard camp. I just fight it over and over and over, and then go back to the medium camp and farm the medium camp. Then start fighting the hard camp again, then go over and clear the medium. Then fight the hard camp, and then by about minute 7 I have Dom treads, and then I go in lane. And usually mid, because I'm so close to mid. Because it's that radiant, there's a little cliff above.
Well, why not gank the mid?
And it's great to just pop in, and the thing is, I'm still leveling my Lucent Beam, and so by the time I hit level 6, which happens around minute 6, but I don't leave until minute 7 usually, because that's when I can have Treads Dom. You just go out, and then you're roaming at that point. It's like you turn into this farmed roaming Luna, where it's like, it's really hard to deal with. I go anywhere that they need me, basically, at that point. Like, yeah, safe lane may have been suffering. Maybe it was a Spectre going up against a Tidehunter or something like that. But then I can just pop right out of the jungle and use my first Eclipse and kill that fucking Tidehunter immediately. So it worked. I haven't lost with it yet, jungling it.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that it's foolproof. It can also be done on the Dire, but I think it's less efficient because you have to cut more trees. You don't want to have to cut more than 7 trees. If you have to cut more than 7 trees, that shit grows back. You know what I mean? And it's annoying. So, Luna. Sorry, I went on that long tangent.
Sorry.
Luna and Storm Spirit.
Yeah. I've been playing 7 heroes.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. OD, I just started picking up and spamming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 6-6 on him, and I feel like I'm struggling with figuring out what the right items are to buy at the right times. Mm-hmm. I keep opening with that null tangos if I go mid or off lane, and I know maybe
it's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do in the off lane.
That's what I've been told so many times. I do null tango for a lot of heroes.
I feel confident that that's the right play going mid. I don't know that I feel confident that that's the right play going off lane, regardless. I build that into treads, and then I build into drums, and then I try to pick up blink. But I feel
why
like
are you so like super hype on drums? Like, what do you get? You're getting 9 attributes to everything. You're getting plus 5% aura movement speed, and if you hit it, you get 16% movement speed.
So I and again, like I'm going off of builds that like the best.
Okay.
So I watched that one that you recommended, which actually was old OD and
Slasher's Way.
Yeah, the last Slasher's Way video is when his W was stealing int, and you don't really want to max the W anymore.
No.
Not that there weren't like little nuances to learn in that video, because he is
OD changed completely.
Well, I don't know.
He changed. You didn't buy Blink Dagger on OD before. I don't remember seeing Blink Dagger be picked up on OD, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Slasher's Way, he picks up like either Blink or Force, depending on how
Force, but Force Staff has intelligence. That's why you grab Force Staff.
But people still prefer the Blink over the Force.
I know. Oh, absolutely.
If the game's going well.
New OD is something I don't understand at all. I don't play it at all.
But then Purge plays videos with OD I've watched. I don't know. His rationale with the drums, I believe, is kind of in the same sense with Spectre. Like, you want to use that as like a confirmation of kill. So if I get in and after I pick up my ult, when I pick up my ult, that's about the time I should be having drums. I realize better players would have their drums probably way before they have their ult. But so once you have that combo ready, if you get 2 or 3 hits on a hero where you've probably got your orb up to like level 3, so you're stealing like 4 int every time you do it. I mean, if you get 3 hits, you've just upped your int by 12. Then you can probably move in and do the imprisonment, and then follow it up with your ult, drop the hammer, as it were. And the drums help you get that, because the range on that orb is his attack range is so short. Like, you need that movement speed to get up there and get that extra like hit or 2 with that pure damage to make it happen.
I would say like that 2k gold that you're spending toward drums, like BKB accomplishes a similar thing, where it allows you to get up just as much. They can't stun you. I mean,
No. The problem is people. But when you're initially going in with OD to get those kills, like people run from you. Like they get that because I mean, just your 2 hits with that pure damage. Like it's surprising how much damage it does on a hero.
I know.
But
how much
the problem is being able to stay at that attack range and continue to do it is difficult once somebody starts running. So having
drums. No, the rationale
up
with drums perfectly makes sense. I mean, it's not something that behooves me or anything. And I love drums on a lot of heroes. It's just like,
and the attributes don't hurt, and the aura of the movement speed doesn't hurt.
Maybe it's that rigidity that's hurting you. Like, for instance, like we played with Chill today, who played OD, and I think he's a good OD. He is he showed that. He sticks to what like is necessary. He's like, I need this, so I'm gonna get this. I feel like when I'm really good at a hero, like Storm Spirit or Spectre,
he built drums.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I guess I'll still finish the point. I don't know. When I play,
I think everybody's building drums on OD.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
No, drums are really fucking good. Like, that's something that's been surprising for sure. And the Bracer is awesome for anybody to have more health. Like, yeah.
Well, and he's such a high armor int hero that like it pays off.
Yeah.
But anyway, so OD talk aside, this has been my strategy in ranked, and it's failing.
Okay.
I've been playing Jug in the carry role, and I've had some killer Jug performances lately. I know I'm not the best Jug, but at our level, I'm having some killer Jug performances. I screenshot the last 2 that I played just because it was so painful. Because I had one where I was 10-1, and then I had another where I was 11-2 and I screenshot it at the 13-minute mark where I was those scores. And then I screenshot it at the end where I still had a positive kill-death spread overall, and then just show the rest of the team.
And that's a peak, though. Like, you hit a peak in the hero's efficiency. You know what I mean?
But I'm hitting that peak pretty fucking early on Jug.
It's not winning the game, so...
No, well...
At the end of the day.
Right. I feel like Jug qualifies for one of those late-game carries that can do some crazy things. I feel like he's up there. I don't think he's a bad choice. I know he's not the best choice. I know he's not Spectre.
I've been wrecked by Jug. Yeah, I completely I agree. I never said that he's not like a late game hard carry.
Those games are super frustrating for me because typically what happens is just the other lanes get lost so fucking hard that I can't do anything when I'm 11-2 and I've won the fuck out of my lane and I've pushed the tower in my lane. And I've gone to other lanes and done whatever I can, but the other lanes get lost so hard that I can't carry it. Like, it doesn't matter that I'm doing well. It feels like they're getting thrown. And I've also had some, Wazoo called them abortion games, where they just don't get going because I get into the fucking game. Like, it's 3 of my last 10 games. I've gotten in and had somebody DC and completely fall off. And then another teammate just completely give up because that person dropped.
Easy and I had the most epic game of our lives.
I saw your 5v3 game, but you still lost.
Yeah, well, naturally, but it was still the most, maybe the most fun I've ever had playing a Dota game.
Right. So I've had 3 of those types of games where I didn't fight to the bitter end because I couldn't bring myself to do it. But I've had 3 of those games where I had 2 teammates drop in the last 10. It's been painful. Painful. My
experiences have been so opposite to yours. I have made like friends that have come to the in-house. Jur, who did really well. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Jirr. Playing with him, he was like, "Hey, are you rolling from Defense to Patience?" I'm like, "Yes, I am. Nice to meet you." He's like, "I listened to your show." I was like, "Why don't you come to the in-houses, dude? Like, they're a blast." And he's like, "I work 60 hours a week and I usually can't stay up that late." And I was like, "Well, just get there for game 1. Hurry, get there for game 1."
You're like, do something irresponsible.
Yeah, and he got there for game 1 and stayed to game 2, and he played a mean witch doctor. And this is somebody I met in a solo ranked pub.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even playing a support. Like, it was just somebody that, like, because I talk a lot during the pubs. If for anybody that watches my stream, like, I try and, like, how's mid, how's top, how are things going? Like, what's going on with everybody? Like, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Like, where do I need to go? Like, how can I help? Like, I like to bring a really good attitude.
Are people receptive and
super receptive? Yeah, like to being nice.
I've had the exact opposite experience lately, and it's been really
it's been like I have like my opinions on like the community as a whole are like starting to change. I have like I don't have any commends. I've ran out of commends. I've never before in my life ran out of commends. When I report, it's very directed, and I mute that person immediately. Like, I don't, for those of you out there that leave somebody unmuted that is verbally, like, bashing you, that is making your play worse. You are playing worse. I don't care what you say, that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes, it's making you play worse. It is. Mute that motherfucker. I don't care if you report him or not. Just mute him. Like, don't let them create a toxic environment in your mind. Like, because it is about somebody. I saw this in Discord. Somebody asked the Ice in My Veins, the 6.2K that played in the in-houses, if he does coaching, and he's like, why? And they're like, because you're really good and we're really bad and we want coaching. And he's like, dude, it's all about just keeping an open mind. He's like, just keep an open mind. Don't get frustrated. Like, it takes a long time. Like, that's it. And right now, it was funny, like, that there was this 2-0 inside guy that was streaming while I was playing Spectre, and he was my support Shadow Shaman. And he was, like, it was funny to go back and watch the recent broadcast, because he was like, this Spectre, what is he doing? Like, he bought 8 tangos. Why did he buy 8 tangos? And, like, Jesus, he's burning through those 8 tangos. Like, and it didn't go well. The game didn't go well, but his chat the whole time was saying you should commend this Spectre, which I thought was the coolest thing. Not because they knew who I was or anything like that. Like, not that carries any weight at all. But because I had a good attitude. I was like, oh, man, this is a hard lane. But, like, I'm playing Spectre, and I think if we can just deal with this hard lane for long enough, I'll get enough farm. And he was saying to his stream, like, oh, yeah, right. But that was the attitude that I brought to the game was, I've played Spectre almost 100 games. Like, at least 75% of those have been shitty lanes. Every time you play Spectre, I swear to God, like, your lane sucks. There's no lane combination that is good for a Spectre. Like, you just have to wait in the shadows and try and, like, squelch whatever farm you can squelch, you know? And hope and wait for the late game to kick in. At least at low to mid 2K, that is my Spectre games. It's like waiting for the promised land of 40 minutes to come.
I don't want to hear any more about Spectre. I don't.
Oh, I won't. I don't even play Spectre anymore.
Yeah.
But now I'm playing, I'm kind of filling the team with the exception of support. I won't do it. I'm sorry. Call me selfish, call me what you will, but I don't have enough impact to carry.
Well, that rounds out the rest of my list, which is Lion, Omni Knight, Vengeful Spirit, Abaddon, and Silencer.
I like Abaddon, I like Vengeful, and I like Silencer. And I like Omni. And Lion, you're a really good Lion, but if there's an anti-mage that's out of control, there's nothing you can do.
No. Yeah. No, I know.
There's nothing you can do.
I know, but it's just this miserable catch-22 of...
I buy wards all the time. I'll buy 4 wards on Storm Spirit all the time.
Sure. I'm with you. I do it. I'm with you completely.
Like support.
I do that myself, but you have to. I mean, wards are dirt cheap, and in the long run, like if me paying 300 gold right now gets me 7 minutes of the ability to farm my jungle without getting ganked, then I'm all about it.
It's nothing for the value.
Yeah, and I'll selfishly ward. It's like, fuck it. They're going where they don't have vision anyway. I'll have vision for the areas that I need to farm. At least I've been doing that on Jug.
I don't do that on Storm because I'm so global. Like, I'll make sure I set up, like, the perfect warding situation, like, or what I deem fit, where, like, I'll make a square, right? And just try and cover as many byways and triways as possible. As many places, which, like, think like a techies when I'm warding. You know, like, where are people most likely to go is what I want to know, right? Like, generally speaking, unless we're in a part of the game, like, Roche, like, people generally want to take Roche on. Like, we ward near Roche. That's why, you know? Yeah. And it's a river that leads to a bunch of tributaries to a bunch of different places. Like,
well, okay. So what you're talking about there is, this is what I want to talk about with you. This has been my biggest issue, or what's frustrated me the most.
Okay.
mechanically, I don't think I'm there as a player. I don't think I'm a 3K player. I want that couch right now. Well, I want to be realistic with it. I'm at 1935 right now after losing 250 points this week.
You gotta believe.
Like, clearly I'm not exceptional enough that I can win a game despite the rest of the team, like, just completely feeding, which has been the case in my jug matches of late. I am just now to the point where I'm starting to get a little bit closer to the 50-50 mark on my last 20 is how I always do it. My last 20 games, I'm 9-11.
Whew.
Yeah, it's been tough. Like, it's been brutal. But I continue, and I know it's because of where I've calibrated. I get it. I know it's because of what my MMR is. But I've been frequently getting players that don't understand things like creep equilibrium, or like have any reference point to that at all. I've been getting frequently.
I calibrated 100 under your MMR.
I understand.
You know what I mean? I'm playing to your point. I'm agreeing with you.
Right. Other people like do the same thing. I know, and you have climbed despite that.
Well, like, it took a long fucking time. Like, I've climbed 600 total from when I started playing Dota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, not a lot.
Some of that's Spectre. Like, you know.
Storm Spirit, mostly. Still, like, Storm Spirit's probably gotten me the most.
So, and aside from spamming heroes, which is why I've started to, like, pull OD into the mix, like, besides spamming those, like, current patch OP meta heroes, like, which is something I don't want to do. I really don't. Like, I don't really want to do that. I don't ever want, and I think it's why you are part of why you've like not spammed as much Spectre lately. Is you don't want it.
Boring.
Well, it gets boring, and you don't want people like going, "Oh, you just played Spectre."
No, it's all boring for me. I don't care. People could give me shit about like if Spectre was entertaining every single game. It's just Spectre is like prepare yourself to watch like Braveheart. Like you have to sit down and watch Braveheart like 15 times a day. Like that's what it's like. It's like it is a fucking battle, and sometimes in the end it doesn't go great.
So, but even talking about creep equilibrium or pulling lanes, which I fuck up pulls all the time. So even beyond like those things, which are maybe getting a little more advanced, like maybe those aren't Dota 101. But I let's say Dota 101 is not auto attacking creeps in lane, right? It is not.
But you can verbally mention that, like even with Audrey, I could like, hey Audrey, like don't attack the creeps.
But here's the type of response I'm getting. Like I'll say, hey, don't auto attack the creeps, and I get fuck off.
Well, that's why you say like you'd be like, hey Jambroni, these creeps are for me, or something like that. Like be lighthearted. Like don't be like, hey fucking support, stop attacking.
I know. I've tried everything, man. I swear. I'm trying. I'm not.
I don't
think me.
I do know you, but I don't think you're lighthearted in Dota. I think like you're like you turn into General Denny is what you turn into. That like I have the know-how to win this game, and you do. But people don't like that type of authority. They don't want to listen to an authority figure.
Sure, I don't always do that though. That's what
I listen to your pubs.
I know.
I listen to your pubs.
You have recently, and yes, you've talked about that recently. But I'm at my wit's end, is why that's happening. Like,
well, then it's not going to get better. Stop playing ranked. Then it's not going to get better if you're at your wit's end. That's the worst time to play ranked.
Okay, I don't want to like. I like really like people. I got to compete with farm with a support.
No,
or I've got to compete like.
Just be nice about it. Just be like, hey, like understand that this is affecting your MMR too.
And frequently,
I just don't know how we've had such a different experience when we've been both playing in the same servers.
I was having a fantastic experience. I felt like last week, like I felt like I was meeting. We talked about it on the last show. I felt like I was meeting super nice people that were ultra agreeable, and there have been like one or two gems.
I still get shitty people every single game, but guess what? I have the option to do: mute them immediately. Like in the loading screen, mute them.
Well, in fact, because last week you and I were talking about how like, hey, look at your last conduct summary, and it says 70% of players,
77%,
have similar experiences. Or
0 to 2 is 77%,
and when that was fresh on my mind. And last Monday, I played or maybe like Tuesday, but I played a game where like I was just kind of in the midst of getting frustrated. Like Monday and Tuesdays where I lost the bulk of that MMR. Because I played a ton of fucking games and they just went completely south. But I got into one of those games where just two people were being complete fucking dickheads. We had one really nice guy, I had one decent guy on the team.
I don't even know that people are dickheads, dude. Because I mute them.
Right. I'm sure both of them got muted at some point in the game.
I want to stress that point.
But at one point, I said to the decent guy on the team, I was like, it's hard to believe 77% of the community has a low report rate, like me, like the conduct summary says. And his response to me was, "That's bullshit." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Oh, because you run out of reports. There are so many He said, because people get to be free dickheads 3 days into the reporting system, 3 days into the reporting cycle.
They're going into a different queue because they're going to low priority.
You got to get a threshold of reports before that starts happening."
Well, the people that
I thought it was I thought it was an interesting point that like you only have so many reports.
I don't think it's 77%, but I think that like I would say that I'm seeing it go up from where it was.
And admittedly, some of the people that are frustrating me aren't report worthy. They're just new to the game or have their own concepts.
And even if it's somebody that isn't necessarily rude, like if they are throwing your play off by like micromanaging you, for instance, like micromanagement is the one thing in Dota that I hate a whole ton. Like coming from people that I don't feel have more experience than me. Like, and that's of course an ego thing. Who has more? Who has less?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's like that depends on where my ego is at any given point. Like of who I will take or not take micromanagement from. But like if there's somebody on your team that's micromanaging you, like they don't know that they're muted. You don't have to tell them they're muted. You don't have to be mean to them. You can just mute them if it's going to mean you're going to have a better game. And I just literally I won't play ranked. Last night I made the mistake of doing this when I'm tired. That's been another big thing. Like last night, it was 2 a.m. Okay, and I was like, I should just go to bed. I've got this to do tomorrow. I've got that to do tomorrow. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna play one more. I was already up 25 for the day, so I was like, I was like, if I don't play a game, like I'm already up a game for the day. So like at least I'm up a game for the day. And then I almost like didn't, but I did. And I played Nature's Prophet, and we had one of those people, a terrible tiny. Like I couldn't do anything. I was 8-8. Like I'm sure at some point I was 8-1 or 8-2, and it got bad. But like at the end, this tiny, I muted him. He didn't deserve a report, but he was the type of person to be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. I wasn't even there. Like they ganked me," or like, "Oh, that was bullshit. Like I was how could they see me?" Like the game blamers, people that like blame the game, like the game is broken. That like I pressed my W, but it didn't register that I pressed my W. No, I promise you, the game isn't broken. It works just fine for everybody. That's why we have pros and they rely on it and stuff like that. And like it's not broken. The game is never broken. Sometimes you'll see weird things, but they get patched. That's the whole point. Like there's a production staff and everything. So he was that type of guy, and I just had to mute him because it was just like it was making me frustrated that he was blaming the game. And so I didn't want to be frustrated. I wanted to split push as much as I could and play this game and be up 50 for the day, right? Take the gamble. And of course, I lost the game, and it wasn't a big surprise, and I had a good attitude about it and just went to bed after that. And I put on the stream like playing until I win. And and literally until then, like if I don't win, I stop. And then daylight savings hit me. I look at my phone, and it's 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, how long was that game? And then I'm like, God, it's 4 a.m. already. So I stayed up super late and then slept super late, of course. And I haven't had the chance to play any solo Dota today because we had our UGC League matches that were generally miserable. Just because we're playing with people that are much higher skill, and I don't prefer support, obviously. Don't like to play support. Like I respect Dazzle a lot. Like obviously I talked about Dazzle a lot and like how cool Dazzle is, but I don't want to play that role, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of other people don't as well, and that's why it's like thank God for every support. Like
I don't know.
Whatever, but I'm fine with a 5-core game in solo ranked. Like, let's do 5-core every single time if that's how it's going to be. I'll buy the courier. I don't care. I'll start with the courier. I'll pay for it. Like, if it means that I'm going to win, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. I'm not after making a perfect team composition and all pick. I'm after a win. I'm after getting my MMR up. Like, if I don't trust all these fools, I'm gonna pick a fifth. I'm gonna pick a 5th core, and I'll take it jungle if I have to, or I'll dual lane with whatever. Like that works for me, and that's why I'm doing that. And then every once in a while I'll play like ogre, I guess. Like if like if the high MMR on my team, and I've clicked on his profile, and he's played like 10 games in a row of Lina, and he picked Lina, and I was like, okay, I know that I can expect a performance of some sort out of this Lina. I'll play Ogre, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I will support. But very rarely, and you should look at people's profiles.
No, I've tried to do that.
I look at the teams, as much of the enemy team as I can, because I want to know who their mid's going to be. I want to know what mid to anticipate, and a lot of the time you can call it, and it's usually like Pudge and Invoker. Like you click on a dude, and it's like Pudge, Invoker, Chaos Knight was like a random that he had, and then Pudge, Invoker. So. I don't know. I am having an opposite experience. Maybe next week I'll log on here and you'll be like, I'm 2,700 and I'm like 1,700. And
I hope you have a miserable experience at some point. Yeah.
I know you want me to have a miserable experience, but I don't go into the game with like when I'm tired. My attitude worsens. Right?
No, I feel like I never start a Dota session that way.
You were. Especially Tuesday when you were losing like game after game after game, and I'm like, you're queuing for another. Like maybe you should take a break, dude. Like maybe you should like let some like shit vent out before you go into another game and try and like win, and then end up like being General Denny in the game.
No, you know what it is I try to be as friendly as fucking possible.
It doesn't come across friendly.
No,
it doesn't.
My initial interaction with the team is always, hey, what's up, team? Anybody know what position they want to play? And I try
the way
to play
you talk to people is like, what are you doing? Like, no, and I'm just like, damn, Denny, like, calm down, dude. Just like let people do what they're gonna do. Like, you're not gonna change that Legion Commander jungle's mind. Leave him alone. Why do you need to like? You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example.
I never talk anybody out of a position.
I know. I'm just saying, for example,
I don't even try. I get it. People
but
are going to do what they're going to do.
We had a Legion Commander game this jungle, and you know you're tilting other people by saying stuff like that.
No, I don't say shit like that in the game. Yeah. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't feel like you're
here.
I know. I say shit to you. I say shit to you.
Okay. Well,
I say Jesus Christ. This guy's going to run. I say Jesus Christ. This guy's going to fuck.
Like, well, your attitude's bad when you're talking to me then. Like even if you're not saying it to your team, your attitude.
I'm always hoping for the best because my assumption is like you that like, hey, everybody's every team has this guy. Like I know that this guy's also on the enemy team. That's my assumption. Like straight across the board is like I don't assume that like Valve targets me as like, oh, here's this really.
I don't think that.
This guy's a really awesome player, and we're gonna put him on a team with dumbasses time after time after time, and the rest of his team is gonna be awesome. The enemy team is gonna be amazing. You know, like I'm not living in denial. I have a completely realistic view of what's going on. But maybe to you, I'll say, yeah, this guy just picked a Meepo to run off lane, which happened to me recently. And it's like,
oh yeah, dumb shit happens. Dude.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like what I know that that's going to happen, and I'll just try my damnedest to work around it. And I don't say that shit.
I wouldn't say work around. I'd say work with it. You don't want to work around anybody on your team. You want to work with everybody on your team.
I mean,
it's just little words, dude. Little words that'll change your attitude. Dude. I feel like
I'm not gonna work around it. I'm gonna work with it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What do I pick with the offlane Meepo?
I don't know, whatever you comfort. Like I agree with the general thing of comfort. Comfort's worked for us.
I've tried to keep these like basic heroes.
There is no end all be all like pick this hero, buy these items, you'll win every game. Like we all know that. Right. I don't even think there's pick this set of heroes, buy this set of items, and you'll win every game. Maybe with Arc Warden for a little while longer until he gets nerfed into the ground, but. And if you play him all the time, if you want that type of game every game, I mean, it's miserable playing Arc Warden in a way. Like, it's fun to, like, hear bling, 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 all the gold coming in, but, like, you die and give 2 rapiers away. Like, talk about you want people to be mad at you and not have a generally friendly workplace. Drop 2 divine rapiers, dude. Like, that's not fun. I don't know. I don't know. I've been having a good time. Maybe that'll change. My solo ranked. I don't give people a chance, I guess, and I think you give people a chance. If they say one thing, if their name has any iteration of Trump, they're immediately muted. No, they are. Like just because I hate that you're perpetuating a serious problem, and you're doing it on the internet, even in a small place. But if you have Sanders, if you have Trump, if you have any of that bullshit, you're muted. I don't care to hear about politics when I play my video games, and if you're going to talk about politics, don't care about it. Even if you're flaming or whatever, you're muted. So I already take care of like 90 dumb people like a game just by muting them based on their names. If you have like shit cockballs as your name, you're muted. Because I can kind of see what's going to happen with shit cockballs in this game. Okay? That's my general muting. This is not report. I don't report these people.
No, I get it.
I let shit cockballs play another game in regular queue. But
yeah, he's playing with me.
Do I want to hear what shit cockballs has to say? No, I don't. I don't care what shit cockballs has to say. So I mute shit cockballs. In loading screen, I go through a process of elimination, dude, of who I mute right off the bat. I don't even want to hear what their voice sounds like. I refer to them now as their hero. Not as a person. They aren't even a person. It's like a bot match. It's Jorge bot is what it is now on playing Lena. It's super easy. He can still hear me, shit cockballs. So if I'm like, hey, shit cockballs, I need help mid, shit cockballs will hear me. And he won't think he's muted. So there's no tension. And I'm not going to say, hey, I muted shit cockballs.
Yeah,
because that's going to cause problems.
I don't know.
There's some people, I mean, and maybe this is not about playing winning Dota at this point, but just principled issues. But that bothers me. I don't, in a game that's supposed to be about communication and teamwork, like, you're playing a solo ranked pub. It's about being a leader. That's what it is. You have to be a leader in those, and leaders don't listen to dumb people.
Yeah, you're right. The leaders mute dissidents.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm sorry, they do. Like,
no. Even that, like, I don't know. I guess my philosophy is, I don't mute shit cockballs right off the bat, because if, regardless of who he is, if he says, "Hey, this lane's getting wrecked," I'd like to hear him say it.
I can see that the lane's getting wrecked. I have map awareness. I can click on the mini map and look at their lane.
No,
I see if he dies. You know what I mean?
Right. No, but I'm saying if I hear him call out for it in advance, and I can make a rotation that, helps solidify a team fight or win a team fight.
You should be watching the minimap for that. Like, you don't need anybody to call that. If you're going to win that game, if you were truly 25 better than that game,
you can act all superior if you'd like. But I know everybody, and I frequently, in games with you even...
I'm not saying I do this. I'm saying this is what you do. I'm not saying I do it. This is just what you do.
Right. I'm just saying we all have been... every one of us can get sucked into a farm hole, can get, preoccupied with a little bit of harass that's going on in your lane and not notice that sort of thing. That is why communication is so nice. That is why teams play with mics. I mean, that's, even pros put out a call for help. That sort of shit still occurs. It's nice to have because it's a little bit of an extra edge. Now, I'm with you if somebody's completely disruptive, like, I instantaneously mute anybody who is just singing and I'm hearing loud music. That, for some reason, is ultra common to come into contact with, I feel like, in pubs. Or at least it has been for me. Like, hearing somebody singing a song with music playing loudly in the background, it's like, I'm not gonna... I don't want to hear this. Like, that's rude. You're gone. I'm with you there. Mm-hmm. Disruptive communication is worse than no communication. So yes, I'm all about it. But until somebody proves to me that they're going to have disruptive communication, I don't want to go out of my way to mute them. And I guess I do despise the concept that, like, I need to go through and do some sort of arbitrary pre-mute.
It's not arbitrary. There's no arbitrary. I'm muting shit cockballs. That's not arbitrary.
Right.
That is intentional. Like, sure. I'm intentionally muting shit cockballs.
Yeah.
Because of his, I'm not gonna mute, like, all the other, like, I don't know. Like, that's just how I prefer to play. I don't know. I'm not taking a superior path because I'm 400 MMR higher than you.
No, I'm not saying. No, my comment there being about, like, you should be paying attention to it. Like,
sure.
I'm just saying.
Like, I make mistakes all the fucking time.
Way easier said than done. And it's foolish to assume.
I'm not 9K. I'm not holier than thou. Like, I miss things all the time. I run into towers. I still dive. I still have all of my horrible tendencies that I had when I first started playing this game. I jungle stupid shit. But, like, I'm just saying, like, it's better to have shit cockballs muted and pay attention to a minimap when it's, like, blinging red than have shit cockballs be like, hey, fucking idiot, hey, fucking idiot, I need help up here. Because then you don't like the guy. You're not going to want to help him, even though it's the right thing to do. Because he called you a fucking idiot, and you don't like that. No one likes to being called a fucking idiot. Grant. Just joking. No, not at all. But yeah, shit cockballs. Muted.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Are you gonna mute shit cockballs from here on out?
Sure. I'll mute shit cockballs for you.
Okay. Do you like my example of shit cockballs?
No.
How many iterations
sure,
of
you
like
definitely
that?
see shit like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
no,
that
you're probably
name.
right there. You're absolutely. I can't argue with that basic concept. You're right. Although some of those people wind up, I don't know. On the flip side, yeah, I guess maybe I can. Like, I have run into people who have the absolutely ridiculous fucking names, and they're funny.
Look at everybody
or
in our guild.
Enjoyable.
Like, look at the people that like are in our guild and their names. There's not a single person that I would mute based on their name in that list. I can't think of one person that I would mute in that list that has a name like shit cockballs. Okay? Like, try and think of...
I hope your friends list is just, like, filled with people who
I
change
know.
their names to shit cockballs.
I know. There's
tomorrow.
probably going to be plenty of people that change their names to shit cockballs, but it's just a good example of your 420 booty wizard, your 420 smoking joints.
Right. People loved 420 booty wizard, though, and I've seen that name 100 times.
Yeah, but that name gets muted to me. I don't care that people loved that, but 420 booty wizard gets muted.
420 booty wizard might be a hilarious stoner somewhere that you end up having a fun time with. I've definitely had
I'll
games...
never know. I will never know. I will never know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. I will never know.
I want to know. I want to know who...
Dude, friendly fire happens all the time. Like, I'm sure that I've muted some people that didn't deserve to be muted based on their poor choice and what they named themselves. You know, like I literally have been thinking this entire time of like the most toxic name in our community, and I can't come up with one.
I can't think of anybody in the community that has like, I mean, nothing obviously close to.
Like, I may mute Turtle Berserker just because he changes his name every day, or you know, Dreadbeats. Like, who knows who he is, man? Shaggy Dog, Dreadbeats, Turtle Berserker.
That is painful. If you're on my friends list and you change your name, odds are I have no idea who you are now.
Well, yeah, and I will ask for clarity. I'll be like, hey, who's this? But you know, like, I can't think of anybody that has like that inane name. So that's like, yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing there, muting shit cockballs. I don't need to give shit cockballs a chance. Even if his like older brother logged on and changed his name to shit cockballs, that was just an unlucky day for him. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you're muted now. So enough said on that front, really. It's just kind of reiterating the same point, but this is a point that's ever evolving, making it better, especially in solo ranked, because we've been focusing so much on it, is that, you know, you want to believe in the people that you play with. You want to believe that this is a team game, but, you know, it's in solo ranked, it's not so much a team game.
Well, okay, and here's what it comes down to for me is like what I enjoyed most about this game, especially when I got going, like when we first got started, the element of this game that I enjoyed the most was playing a support, laning with Wazoo, and figuring out how through, you know, working together, taking care of different roles. Like, that was kind of the beauty of this game. That's what got me into it. It still
is the beauty of this game. That's why...
That's not what it is in
the
solo.
Pro scene. No, it's not.
Yeah. Like, it makes me feel like what the fuck am I even doing?
Don't enter March to 3K if you can't handle March to 3K. Like, you're bowing out. What is it? What day is it today? Like the 17th? 16th?
I'll never hit 3K.
17th?
It's the 13th.
13th. Okay. So I have 9 days.
The 14th when this airs.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 8 days to get 3K.
Because you've decided the arbitrary. Like, I wish you'd just make it easy on everybody and do it by the end of the month.
Well, I said March 22nd. Remember?
Yeah, because you wanted a month from the exact day that you started in February. Yeah. You might as well just take all of March.
I don't know. I don't think 3K will happen before March 22nd. It may not even happen at the end of March, but the climb will continue to happen, I hope. I think I'm 25. I would like to see 2,500. I had never seen 2,400 until about like 3 days ago.
Be the case with every 100 iteration.
No, I mean, even when, like, in party MMR, like 2,400 was my highest. Yeah. Like, right, I am 50 below my highest MMR ever, which is 2470. So, like, win 3 games, and I'm now at the highest MMR I've ever been. So, basically, if every game I play is the highest MMR game I've ever played, it's a cool feeling.
And I'd also like to point out that, like, it's not lost on me that I'm the common thread in all these games. Like, that's the other thing.
You're the common thread?
Yeah, I'm the common thread in all of these losses. Like, that's not a concept that is lost on me. Because I feel I feel like the first, I feel like the first thing that anybody jumps to,
blame other people.
Yeah, I'm not. I get that I'm losing.
Well, I asked you at the start of this episode, and I said, "What do you think it is? Mostly you or mostly them?" And you said mostly them.
I do. Yeah. Absolutely. Of course.
So you're not the common thread.
No, I am the common thread. I get it. Like, I'm not.
Is it 50-50? Is it?
I play bad.
Is it 75-25?
I definitely have bad games.
What is the percentage?
I'd like to go 65-35.
And you're taking the 35, huh?
Yeah, okay. I feel like I'm 35.
You're 35% the problem. The rest of the people, so the people are more than half the problem.
Definitely.
The people are close to 2/3. So you're 1/3 the problem, and the people are 2/3 the problem that you play with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I think 2/3 of people are definitely way, way dumb and worse than you. 66% of the community. That's crazy to say, dude.
Yeah.
Those are some sharp numbers, dude.
I'm not saying the community at large. I'm saying, look.
It is the community at large.
Well, it has been lately. Damn.
Lately, it is every time you search for a solo ranked. I'm finding all sorts of crazy people. We Like Dota people run into them pretty often. They're playing like the We Like Dota League. Run into people who listen to the show all the time, which is cool. Cause
I did that. I did last week, but I haven't done it all this week. But I don't know. I want you to. I just wish. I wish you could live some of these games.
I do. I lose all the time.
No, I want you to see. I feel, I don't feel like I'm exaggerating when I say the last week. I mean, 250 points is a fucking lot.
Yeah, I think that there's like what changed from when you were at the peak to now at the valley. Like, what were you doing to get to that peak, and now why are you at that valley?
I don't think that much has changed.
No, I feel like there is definitely a quantitative reason. I think that it definitely can be quantified.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that there's any like luck or chance that goes into losing that much. Just like,
no, I think there is some. Absolutely.
I'm not. But not solely the reason.
I mean, you're talking about statistics.
That's like you're saying like solely the reason why like Proud has climbed 500, or what have you. That like solely the reason is that luck, not Proud. It's been luck.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Like I again, like I'll reference Ursi's 40-40-20 thing. Like I think that's maybe one of the best, descriptions of running through solo pubs that I've ever heard. Like, yeah, 40% of the time you're gonna win no matter what because the rest of your team is so fucking good you can't lose. 40% of the time you're going to lose no matter what because the rest of your team sucks so fucking bad you can't do anything but lose. And about 20% of the time you'll make the difference.
Do that math on your games. You're not making the difference, right?
Sure. Yeah. No, okay. And therein lies like this is like I feel like I have done everything I can in those positions in a lot of ways. I know I have flaws.
But using that like Ursi
Absolutely.
It would say that you aren't making the difference.
My assumption is that I've hit a weird losing streak.
That's what we're going to call it now?
Yeah, I mean, I have to believe
How many
that.
games is it? Like, how many games has it taken for you to lost 250 points? Because you've obviously won in there, and I know you've had days where, like, you've won, like, 3 in a row and then lost 3 in a row. Like, I would like to know the amount of games we're talking from when you started at your peak of 2,200 or whatever you were at.
All right, give me just a brief moment.
Because I'm sure it's at least, like, 50, 60, 70 games. Like, it's got to be a lot of games.
No, it's not that many games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you would have had to lose 12 in a row then to lose 250 points, assuming 25 points for every game. So, and you said you're 11 and 9 in your last 20, so that counts for 2 losses. So it's definitely over the span of more than 20 games. Just
so I've played roughly 40 games this week.
Okay. Roughly 40. What does roughly 40 mean? like 48. Is that roughly 40 or 39? Like, can we quantify roughly 40?
All right, I'll go. I gotta just. Well, you gotta talk so that the podcast is interesting while I do some counting. You know,
I am. I'm asking you questions. I mean, you can't get that information pretty quickly.
No,
you can't get I mean, we know it's.
Oh yeah, I can do this week. There we go. You're right.
Yeah. How many? What is it? How many games? What's your win rate? It's got to be below 50% based on what you're saying, right?
Yeah, 40% over 35 games.
Okay, but would 40% over 35 games mean that you'd lose 250 points? No.
Yeah, it has to.
Over 25 games, 40% win rate, so that's saying that you win 10 of those games, so you lost 15. That means you're only down 5, which means you're down 125 points.
I'm
based on that
200 and some odd below where I was when we last recorded this podcast.
Then that means the sample size is bigger than 25
Well, it means
games.
that this isn't capturing all of the games. It
means you have a lot more games. Who knows when the week starts for Dota?
Yeah, and it's 6 days ago so it's not encompassing the 2 days before that.
Yeah. So there's a lot more games that go into, because you don't just go on 12 losing streaks or 12 winning streaks. You know what I mean? Or you sometimes.
My longest losing streak this week was, I want to say 6 games in a row.
I mean, it's weird. I definitely, like I was telling you, like going 15 games in a row on Spectre was definitely, there was luck involved. I didn't carry it.
Yeah, and just to give you like a framework, like when I go this month in my solo, I've got 89 matches at 52%. So this last week has been exceptionally bad.
So there's got to be a quantitative reason. There's got to be a.
Well, that's what I'd love to figure out. Because I've changed almost nothing in my picks. I mean, in fact, like I was going on win streaks playing nothing. I play a little less Silencer now, but Silencer, Abaddon, Spirit Breaker were the main ones I was going to. But I'm losing every game I play on Spirit Breaker lately.
Yeah. I don't know. You've heard. I feel like everybody's heard my general sentiments on Spirit Breaker.
I know, yeah. And I feel like this conversation's boring as fuck.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm bored.
I'm bored. Anyway,
I'm bored for me.
It's tough. All right, that's all I'm saying. It's been a tough week. It's been painful, and I'd like to believe that it's just one of those weird things that happens in statistics. Sometimes you go on a weird losing streak before you get back into an awesome winning streak.
We'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Maybe I'll come at you and be like, I'm 2,200. I've dropped 200 points. It's terrible. I hate everybody on the servers. It is 66% them and 33% me. And then we'll totally flip-flop on that. But for now, I'm having fun with Dota. Denny isn't.
Yeah, that about sums it up. All right, if you guys want to find us, we're at defenseofthepatients.com. Email us and tell me why I suck at defenseofthepatients@gmail.com.
They don't know why.
Well, go.
I do, though. It's your attitude. It's your fucking attitude.
Tell me how my attitude sucks at defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. Let's go about my Dota buff, talk all the shit you want. I know I'm a terrible player. I know I am.
That's also bad. Once again, going into attitude, self-defeatist. Like, that you don't want to be self-defeated. You want to go in there saying you're the badass. You're badass and you're going to win. I tell myself that every game. Trust me. Trust me. I hype myself up before every game. I'm like, you're good at this, man.
I'd rather be a pessimist than delusional. You know.
Well, delusional gets 24 or 40 or whatever, dude. Pessimist gets 1900.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Search Defense of the Patients on iTunes, Stitcher, all your favorite podcast apps. Twitch.tv/.ptv is where we're streaming. Roland's on there all the goddamn time. Ursinity's on there all the goddamn time. And those guys, they're winning games. Those are people to watch.
Ursinity's been on a little bit of a losing streak too. But the game, I caught a little bit of his game earlier today that he was streaming. It looked like it was going in his direction. I don't know though. He was playing Lion. So anyway, also
so I need to spam Lion.
Yeah. Also, I want to go ahead and apologize to everybody for being. On the Dodgers, on the what is it, LA? Is it LA Dodgers?
The LA Dodgers. Yeah.
I just started like a job.
No, he's gonna give you excuses.
I did.
For those who don't know because there are people out there like your friends list doesn't encompass everybody who listens to this show. Roland's been getting shit for not accepting party invites. But a large part of that has been
It's March to 3K, man.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling everybody. Is like, look,
I don't know.
I almost exclusively played party. Like, I've probably played more in the past 6 weeks. I've played more solo matches than I played in the first 16 months that I played Dota.
Yeah, I remember your solo didn't change for a very long time. You never played solo. And I've always played a little bit, but definitely this has been the height.
Yeah. Well, you would play during the day, and then whenever I got off work and we got together, we'd do party.
But I do dumb shit in my solo, and I didn't care. And it was that, like, I climbed from 1,300 when I made the decision to get 2K. It was like, I need to get 2K. And so it was like from 1,300. It was really easy. And it was Storm Spirit. Like, fuck yeah, it was. Doesn't take long to, zip around the map. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I have to remember, we did the calculation. You got like
450.
Yeah,
450 points just from Storm Spirit, which I've probably got 150 this patch just from Storm Spirit.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, he's still, like, no, he's not as good, but I think he's still super viable.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Also, in-houses, keep tuning in for those every Thursday and Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. Folks ask me all the time, hey, is the lobby live, or when's the lobby going to go live? If you go to the stream and watch, you'll find out when the lobbies go live. The lobbies are named some iteration of .p in-house 1 or .p in-house 2.
And search under captain's mode. That is the biggest plug we can give, is these in-houses are a blast. If there's another 6K that wants to challenge the current 6K that is plaguing our bracket,
I was gonna say.
Ice in my veins, he's this 6K that's just winning games in 12 minutes.
He showed up Saturday, and he devastated. We need somebody to counterbalance this guy.
Somebody come in and challenge him. We will totally feature the game.
We will make sure that it happens. We will make sure you guys will definitely be on opposite teams.
Yeah, we challenge this 6K, bring him down. He went 3-0 in 3 games, so...
Yeah, I mean, and they were stompages.
Oh, they were not even real. Like, the Ember Spirit game was, like, 12 minutes.
Because otherwise, what ends up happening is we have to, like, only let him play one game.
Or something, or make me control the mouse and he can only control the keyboard, or something like that. Like,
that would be fair.
Yeah, like, I get to control the mouse, he can control the keyboard.
Well, I know you were like, make him play IO, and all I could think was, could you imagine what kind of havoc, like, could you imagine dealing with a 6K IO? Like, who gives a shit?
He'd do some clutch heals, he'd do some clutch saves.
And some clutch relocates and some disgusting shit all over the map.
But with a relocate, you're still, like, relying on the person to be ready. You know what I mean? And
no, you're not. What are you talking about? I can latch on to you at any point as IO and take you halfway across the map.
Yeah, but they need to know that they're halfway across the map.
Yeah.
They need to center camera on themselves and say, oh, I'm halfway across the map, and I'm attacking this guy. Like, I feel like IO would have been a good way. I mean, yeah, he still probably would have won, whatever, no matter what hero. So that's why we need a 6K out there to come and balance this 6K that's in here. Email us at defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. Say you will challenge Ice in my veins. We'll put you up against him. We'll see what you got. We'll see if you have the chops to bring him down.
By the way, I got my word cloud.
What is it?
GGWP. GG are the biggest two for sure, and GL. I say GL a lot.
Nice.
I wish people.
I had a lot of
luck
positive things too. I didn't have any because I didn't have any bad ones.
But
I had dude. I
dude as well on mine.
Yeah.
As one of the, let's see, I've got doesn't, Dota, him, same, he. Sorry's a little larger than I'd like it to be.
Oh wow.
Get is up there. Every, he's, shaman is huge. Apparently I say shaman a lot. A lot of shadow shamans.
Well, let's close this show out before I fall asleep.
All right, that's it, folks. That's all the plugs. Until next.
Is it?
I'm sure.
No, twitch.tv/.ptv. That's a good place to go.
I did the iTunes. I did the email.
Patreon?
I didn't do Patreon.
Patreon.com/Defense of the Patients.
We just had a new pledge today.
Yeah. By Wow. That sounds like you're going to pronounce it right.
Bartlamij Dabrowski.
Thank you, Bart.
Thank you, Bart Dabrowski. Can we call you Bart?
Okay. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to.
You can do that. We've done that with like Easy and now Silver.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm not Silver. I'm AG. It's like, nah, dude. AG Silver. Periodic table. Come on.
I think the only other thing is @p_show, where you can find out more about the in-houses and all that good stuff.
Yep.
All right, folks. Until next time, this is Cyphus for Roland saying good luck and Godspeed.